What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Sports Critics. I am Antoine. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to start posting videos more often. Used to do something every week. Used to do a little stream every week, but I've been real busy. But I'm trying to keep up on the current news. And right now, Antonio Brown is acting a fool. I'm a little disappointed in him, but I'm gonna talk about all that after my intro. That was a double knockout. Anyway, so Antonio Brown, man, is now he was acquired by the Oakland Raiders this offseason in a trade. I think they traded a first-round pick and a third-round pick for him. Now, everybody know his history with the Steelers. Antonio Brown, drafted by the Steelers. I can't remember what years, maybe like 7 years ago. So probably like in 2012 or something, or maybe even before then. I know he about 30, 31 or something. So, yeah, Antonio Brown been there. He's a veteran, and he excelled past what they thought he was going to be. Ended up being one of the best receivers in the league. So, okay, he actually, you know what? He started off kind of a quiet guy. I remember he was the second receiver. Who was the first one? I think he started when they had Plexico. I think he might have started when they had Plexico Bears. Oh no, I'm sorry, they brought Plexico in. He started when they had Hines Ward, and he was like the number 2, and he started outshining Hines Ward. Then Hines Ward went on ahead, retired. So Antonio Brown became number 1. Then they had Emmanuel Sanders, and Emmanuel Sanders is a great number 2, but it only made Antonio Brown look even better because it took pressure off Antonio Brown. I remember they had a good receiving core at that time. So, Antonio Brown became a superstar. So over the years, I noticed he started to get more cocky, more flamboyant. He started doing a crazy haircut. He started to be, he had the Nino Brown fucking haircut. He had the mohawk on top of the box. Like, he started doing stuff for attention. I could tell that. First it started to be like, oh, that crazy guy. And then it started to be, okay, this guy is being extra when he ain't got to be. You a great player. You're a future Hall of Famer. You're a great player. Your play on the field speaks for itself. You don't have to do extra things to be noticed. But he kept doing extra shit, And I was like, okay, I think Antonio Brown is one of them personalities. Like, he's not gonna until he go too far. People are he's not gonna stop doing stuff. I noticed that. I started noticing that. So, his relationship with the Steelers got kind of bad. Then he started like Instagramming and Facebook Live and things that was in a locker room that they don't like people to show. So that became a problem. Then he started getting into it with Big Ben, the starting quarterback for the Steelers. So, like, he just became more trouble than he was worth. They paid him a big salary. I know it was just 30 guaranteed, but I forgot how much it was. He the top 5 paid quarterback in the league right now. And Steelers was like, this is too much trouble. So they opened up a trade dialogue because also they put him on a trading block, but also, if you recall, last season he didn't play like the last game. And I think it was just because he was disgruntled, not because he was hurt or whatever. Whatever the reason, they got into it and he didn't show up for the last game. Now, when you do stuff like that, you already know, man. I don't really, I can't mess with you if you could be pissed off, you could be hate this person, but still show up for the game. You know, do it for the fans. You ain't got to do it for them. Do it for the fans. You know, you getting paid. So show up for the game, and then after the game, then you tell people how you feel or whatever. But he wasn't showing up for the game. He didn't show up for the last game or whatever. So Steelers, they was like, no, we got to get rid of him. We can't mess with him no more. It was too much. So this is the thing. When you become that problem child, when you get that bad reputation, when you go to a new place, you want to get a fresh start. You want to get a fresh start, and you want people to start saying, hey, I don't know why they got rid of that guy. He's a cool guy. You know, that must have just been them, you know. But now the Raiders are slowly realizing that it wasn't the Steelers, it's this dude. This dude is too extra. And he's irking me because I'm like, okay, the Raiders, this is what the Raiders need. The Raiders needed a star. They lost their number one guy. They lost Amari Cooper. They lost the best defensive player. Shit. I don't know why his name's slipping, but they lost Khalil Mack. That's who it was. They lost Khalil Mack. They lost a couple other players. They lost offensive linemen. They lost a lot of good players, but then they end up gaining some stuff in the draft, so it's time to make a push. All they need is a star. Antonio Brown, bad. He was out there, bad. You got him. This dude just... Now, I hope they get all this worked out now before the season starts. Because some of these players, they would be a handful. They talk all this stuff, and then when the season starts, when they on the field, it's another story. And then you be like, okay, this is why we put up with this bullshit, because you can do that. You know, I hope when the season starts, he just throw all this behind him and just produce on the field. That's all you can do. Because I'm telling you like this, all the trouble he putting them through, all the crap he's going on, if you don't have you can't have no patience with him, because look at all the crap you're doing. Now, this is the honeymoon phase. You just got there, and you already starting shit. It's like if you in a honeymoon, if you get married and you go and on a honeymoon, you already getting into it. You can see where this marriage is going. So the honeymoon, everything's supposed to be great. Everything's supposed to be perfect, like hunky dory. Like, it's the honeymoon, you know. It's how do I love thee? Let me count the ways, you know, and no problems, you know. And not until a couple years in, that's when you start realizing, I don't know about this motherfucker. But in the honeymoon phase, it's supposed to be all love, you know. And yeah, not so much. I'm disappointed, man. I mean, first he got this frostbite on his feet, and then I saw on Hard Knocks, it looked like his feet was hurting when he was trying to walk. I'm like, damn. So, okay, maybe that wasn't his fault, whatever. So this issue with this helmet, dude, get over it. You got to make this money. I don't know what to say, dude. The league say we got to change helmets for safety. We did the numbers. The dudes getting too many CTEs, too many concussions. They got new helmets. They're supposed to be better shock absorbent helmets for more player safety, and he refused to play with the new helmets. Dude, you can't. It's the whole league. It ain't just you. They didn't just come to you and say, hey, change your helmet. It's the whole league, man. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just getting to a point, man, where I'm starting to think that maybe this dude ain't worth the trouble. I thought that he was, you know, kind of like how when T.O. had all that stuff going on, and when he went to Buffalo, you didn't hear nothing. When he went to Bengals, you didn't hear nothing. T.O. kind of got it. He humbled himself. You know, the league turned their back on him after those 2 seasons, even though he didn't give nobody no trouble. But the league blackballed him. And I don't want her shit. I don't want he's a cancer, whatever. The league blackballed him after that season, 2010. They didn't want him there. And no other team tried to take a chance on him Man, it was so many teams that needed him that year. I don't want to hear that teams ain't wasn't interested. They try to say, oh, he was injured. No, at 38, he was in better shape than half the league at 22. So that wasn't an excuse. Injury wasn't an excuse. He was in great shape. He looked good still. It just, they blackballed him. So once they do that, no matter if you want him or not, the league is going to come at you and be like, we told you not to get him. Now that's your ass. So everybody was like, you know what? I'm not going to touch this guy. I like my job. That's all that was. So will he turn to a TO? I mean, then it kind of also make you think too, on to his credit or on his side a little bit, T.O. humbled himself and didn't give nobody no trouble the last 2 years, and they still blackballed him. So it's like, okay, what if I humble myself, y'all still gonna treat me like throw me away like trash? So I might as well just go all out. I feel you, but it's just the whole point. You just got there. At least get comfortable there and produce before you start, making all these demands. And because, okay, his helmet, he didn't want his helmet, and he left practice, or he didn't show up. He didn't show up to practice because of his helmet. You can't do nothing about this, okay? The whole league is changing helmets. You can't do nothing about that. You just got to play, so you're going to jeopardize your money for that? That's just so dumb. Stuff like this, man, I'm just not, and I ain't heard from his side of the story yet because he ain't spoke out about it. But I'm thinking, like, what do you got to say for yourself, man? If the whole league changed and made a rule, how the hell you going to say I'm the exception? You can't do it. So you're jeopardizing the team. You're not practicing. You're not playing in preseason. You need to get some rapport with your starting quarterback, first off. Because you get on the field and you think, oh, I'm just going to, you got to see how this dude play, And I'm going to tell you like this, if you have one bad game, you start complaining, man, they're going to be ready to get rid of you so fast. Anyway, I just wanted to get my thoughts on there, man. Antonio Brown drive me crazy. I thought it was going to be a good year. I thought he was going to calm down, but now he just getting dumb. He didn't get crazier and crazier every year. Sometimes you got to see some of these dudes might have some mental issues that's just undiagnosed, and nobody never really think about that. So anyway, that is my discussion on Antonio Brown. Need to calm his ass down. Need to sit down somewhere and just play. I usually don't say, I'm usually, like when people talk and I'm on players' side, but this is just stupid right here. So, all right, man, that's my discussion on Antonio Brown. I will have more sports discussion coming up. So thanks for checking out the video. And I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah, subscribe to the channel, please. Pretty please.